Hi everyone, Dory Ransom here with Be Great, aligning business strategy with soul and spirit. And today I am here with Pearl Klein. And Pearl Klein is a wordgasmic coach. Her official title is a copywriter, but that really leaves us feeling, yeah, okay, fine. But that's really not what she does. She really gets to the heart and soul of creating copy that is yes. So I just want to welcome Pearl for being with us today and just give her a little bit chance to share who she is and what she's doing and what is different about Pearl's approach to copywriting. And Pearl, maybe you can share with everybody how they can find you.
Thank you, Dory. Well, people can find me at www.pearlklein.com. It's Klein, and Pearl is like an oyster. Actually, now I'm thinking I should have like an oyster as my URL. In any case, you talked about what makes my work different from standard copywriting, and that's where I would start. When people contact me, I want to make it really clear that what I do not do is take assignments and go off in a corner and create something in secret, bring it back to you for your approval, and go from there. That really I am much more interested in and really good at having a conversation that brings out the core ideas, the key benefits, the emotional impact that you're trying to make out of the work that you do, and put that in language that you use again and again so that you become identified with it. So if I have to become identified as the Wordgasmic copywriting coach, that works pretty well for me. One of the things I like about that particular title is that it, first of all, and this is actually a really good thing, it alienates some people. So that helps narrow down my audience. There are people who say, it's awkward, I don't know what it means, or I know what you're trying to get at, but it's not really my thing. Okay, good. We don't need to work together. One of the things that people find out is that in working with me, because it is a collaboration that we do essentially in what I like to call real time, where we're working face-to-face via one of the many wonderful available video platforms, we're also co-creating a document together. So it's in some ways it can speed up the process of thinking because we've got two brains instead of one. And I have no ego investment in whether or not you accept my words and ideas. So if I say, Dory, what if you said blah, blah, blah about your business? And you went, well, that's not an orgasmic response.
No.
So that even if I couldn't see you, even if we had to work on the phone, I can hear that. But what I'm really looking for is, this is to have a conversation. It's often sort of like an interview where I'm taking notes and I listen and I listen and I listen and I say, okay, I think I have enough to put something together for the first draft. So why don't you go, take a 20-minute break and come back and I'll bring these notes together and then you can respond to them. And it may be that what I pull together is absolutely perfect the first time. And it happens, but it's not what I'm going for. What I'm really going for is this constant sort of narrowing back and forth. It's like I'm trying to come up with an image and it's not coming to me. But we start out sort of bouncing a ball across a court from a very large distance. And so sometimes we're going to miss each other's hits. And then we're getting closer and closer until finally we just got this perfect volley going back and forth because we're both in the same place.
Yes. And I can speak to this experience working with Pearl that I was time crunching, kind of at a loss. I was feeling that my copy was falling flat, and Pearl actually was recommended by a number of people. And I reached out to her and said, hey, let's let's get together and see if this is a fit. And we chatted and yep, okay, it sounds good. We started working together, and the way that she works, she agrees to a certain fee for a project, and she's not going to stop until the project is done. And so I told her what I needed. She told me what that would look like. And we started with that distance of bouncing the ball back and forth, and we got closer and closer and closer. And by the time we got to here, I didn't even need the last session that we had scheduled because we were so close. And we were wordgasming all over the place by that point. And it was just, again, that feeling of, yes, 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 this is what I wanted. This is what I was talking about. And she got it. She so got it. And it was just a beautiful coming together of ideas. And it was never that she went off and did her thing all by herself and then came back, like she said, for approval. It was right in the moment. How is this working? Where are we? And giving me the tools that I needed to go back and continue to refine and create wordgasms on my own along the way. And it was just a beautiful working relationship. So if you want somebody that's going to, here, go do my copy, she's not the right person. If it's somebody that you want to be like coached by and really working with as a collaborative team member, then Pearl is much more likely going to be a good fit for you. And I also want to mention that when I asked her about possibly speaking at this conference, one of the conversations was, well, yeah, but how do I really tie in with this aspect of spirituality? And in the conversation that we recently had, it really came to me that the reason that you're the right person for this conference is because you really do rely on intuition, and you really lean heavily into intuition as far as how is a person responding to you, and how does this word or words or a combination of words, how is it feeling energetically for people who are reading it? So you want to talk a little bit about that for you, about the energy of words and how they come together?
Well, as you were saying that, I thought that there's this other piece that's really important to me. And if you can imagine, the amount of time it takes to write an email, have it sent, someone else receives it, they read it, they think about it, that takes a lot of time, and then they respond to it. That part of the piece, and I think this is where what you're calling my intuition comes in, I think of as imagination. So it's entertaining a lot of what ifs. What if the first thing on your page was a joke? Would that work for your people? What if we did some wordplay having to do with your name? What if you only had 16 words? So then we're entertaining these possibilities. And you also mentioned time crunch. And I think that that's very interesting, because I've had some people who've said, I don't have the time to commit to these hour and a half video sessions with you. I need someone who is going to go away and produce something and bring it back to me. And I think in many ways that is giving people permission to not complete their work. And what you found, which is what I always hope for, is that the energy built up between us, and there was this momentum going, so that your mind kept working and the gears kept turning, and there was this clickety clacking going on, so that when you went away from me, you couldn't stop, and you brought yourself to completion.
Right.
You satisfied yourself, Dory. There was another thought I had.
I thank you for that, Pearl. But as far as intuition goes, like, you use it in how you work with your clients, as far as being able to pick up on what's working for them and what's not. And you're very good at perceiving that aspect of that collaboration. And I love the fact that you aren't so tied to your ego, because you recognize that it's not about you, it's about them. And it's about them connecting with their clients, not about how they're connecting with you.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, I have to tell you, that is such a gift, because I've worked with plenty of people in the writing industry who were married to that component. They were married to that if they shared something with you that and you didn't take it, then, oh my God, that was just soul crushing for them, and not able to recognize that it needs to be separate.
Well, one of the things, and this was also one of my own responses to this, the spiritual value of it, is that the language needs to be in your voice, and your written word in the online world is your persona, and you get to decide how much and how you share yourself. You get to decide how much you reveal and how much you conceal. I've worked with people who've had these tremendously complex and difficult life stories that they are not sure that they're ready to share with others. And that's okay. I think that's one of those things where you get to decide. And so it's not me deciding. It's not me deciding, oh, you know what? You need to use this word because this is the hot word of the day. You know, we're gonna write some juicy, ass-kicking, authentic, you know, language. And I'm like, yeah, but juicy, ass-kicking, and authentic, I see that showing up everywhere. At the same time, if the word authentic is utterly key to who you are, I mean, it's such a great fucking word, and yet I feel like it's in my circles, it's overused, right?
Right.
But if that's a word that you are in love with, then we really have to use it. And I came across this recently with a client who wanted to use the word unique. And, you know, she in her speaking and in her writing, that what she was doing was bringing out what is unique in her clients. And I said, you know, to me, that word doesn't resonate, but it resonates for you. And you can't stop using it in your sentences. So why would I impose that rule on you that you can't conceivably use this one word that is resonant with you? And so if you have those words that you're carrying around with you that just come up every time, I mean, for me, one of the words is connection. And that's one reason I like to see people. You know, I like to work with video, the magic of current technology, because we can look at each other's faces, and I can get to a place where I'm like, yeah, you're nodding and smiling right now, and you're not even saying anything. Or, you know, Dory's the one who gave me the concept of the wordgasm, because she just came out with, yes, Pearl, that's it. And I think, okay, that doesn't take a ton of very subtle intuition to understand that it's working. But I think that a lot of people get in mind that there are things that they have to say and ways that they have to say them, and things that they have to talk about in order to communicate with their audience. And it's my belief that if the two of us collaborate on something that is energetic and alive and exciting, that it's going to reach the audience.
It is absolutely going to reach the audience. So tell me about your audience. Who is your ideal client? Who do you want to work with?
I love working with people who say, I don't know if other people are going to understand what it is I do. And I say, great. This, you know, very secretly, the secret to what I get out of what I'm doing is that I describe my work as, you know, it's like really a discovery that I made about sex, which is that what bad sex isn't that people aren't feeling good. It's that maybe one person is feeling good at the expense of the other person. But we have these amazing bodies that when they rub up against each other, if both people are feeling pleasure, then that is an amazing experience. And so the secret that I mean, it's not exactly a secret. It's more like, my work isn't about, from your perspective, Dory, my work isn't about me. My work is about you, right?
Right,
but
absolutely.
The things that I learn, the things that I enjoy, you know, I want to have someone who has something that they think the world needs, but they're not sure that they have permission for it. You know, can I can I actually run my copywriting business by insisting that everybody meet with me and by letting them know that I don't do homework? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm working with women who are brilliant, focused, and have a message that they need to get out that they're just a little bit uncertain about, but they're on fire to share that with others. And as I'm saying this, I think, Pearl, that's not an ICA, that's not a niche.
Yes, it is. I think it is. I think it is. I think it's going to speak to the right people, and that's what an ICA is. And your statement about who you are and what you're doing needs to be targeting that ideal client, and that is a niche.
And
that
also,
absolutely is a niche.
And I think it also needs to be something, honestly, and I have to be doing something that somebody's going to look at and just barf, you know.
Well, yeah, that's part of how we become great, is we know that, and let it be all right, that not everybody is going to love us. Not everybody is going to love our work. And that's how we really get to work with the people that we want to work with. It comes back to a video I did not too long ago about just letting it be okay that not everybody's going to like you. Everybody's going to judge you. Mm-hmm. Everybody's going to judge you. So you might as well work with people you want to work with, target them, and let the judging begin. But then you get to work with whoever you feel great about working with. Mm-hmm. So kudos to you. So how do we, once again, tell people how we find you? How do we find Pearl Klein?
Well, my favorite thing to do is to give away a half-hour consultation. And so if you want to get on my schedule, you go to www.meetme.so/Pearl Klein, and you can sign up for a 30-minute consultation. And if there is time and interest, it may go a little past 30 minutes. So, you know, if we're having fun, if we're hitting on all cylinders, and
they can find you through Pearl Klein, just regular pearlklein.com.
Absolutely.
Okay. And it's Klein.
Yes.
Okay, pearlklein.com. That's how you find Pearl. And I suggest taking her up on that 30-minute session. It was very clarifying for me, and it became obvious within the first 5 minutes that she was the right person. And she left me with, after that session, with some really great nuggets that I was able to apply right away, and then set up our work time, and we got right down to it. So
it gives me such joy to hear that you walked away with something you're able to use right away, because that's what I can give away freely without worrying about it. I mean, that, you know, if it comes spontaneously out of a conversation between the two of us, it doesn't belong to me any more than it belongs to you. So people say, "Oh, I like that. Can I use it?" Well, yes. It came out of a conversation.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so everybody, I just want to thank you for being here today, and I want to thank Pearl for being with me today and sharing some of her nuggets of wisdom and giving you a chance to see who she is and how she works. She is one of our speakers at the Be Great Conference next month, October 23rd through the 25th. She's going to do a great workshop and give a great talk, and you'll have a chance to meet her up close and personal live October 23rd through the 25th. BeGreatCon.com for more information on that. But Pearl, thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to talking to you. I look forward to seeing you. Yes.
Thank you, Dory. Me too.
So the queen of the wordgasm. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.